Alright, y'all. So now that I got ROH out of the way. Oh yeah, and on top of that, as you can probably hear now, or as you could probably hear, my voice is halfway gone. I'm still suffering the effects from the Honor Takes Center Stage. You know, I was so in to that pay-per-view. Because like I just said, just now, um, it took me back, man. It really did. I know a lot of people say that, just for cliche or whatever, but me, I truly mean this. Like, it really took me back. Seriously. Like, when I used to watch WCW Saturday Night, or WCW All Pro, or WCW Worldwide, or Thunder, you know, not just the main shows on weekdays, but the other main shows as well. The action that I saw there, that took me back to all of that. And I can't say that I've really been excited for a wrestling event in a long time, because I don't even get excited about it now. Like when I watch it on television, when I'm watching TNA or WWE, I just sit there and basically observe and spectate. And if anything, some stuff that happens out there that I think will arouse my interest, or something that I feel I need to get hyped for, I'll do it. But for the most part, I just be chilling. But when I went to that ROH Takes Center Stage on Saturday, I mean, I couldn't even hardly stay in my seat. I mean, I barely stayed in my seat for the most part. I mean, I was up, like, I'd say every maybe 5 seconds, that whole pay-per-view, you know. I probably stayed in my seat maybe towards the end of each match, but like throughout the first few parts of the matches, I was up, man. That's the feeling that I miss with WWE and TNA. And I wish that they would, stop being so closed in their mind and so stubborn and trying to ridicule us, the devoted wrestling fan, who does have some knowledge about the business and who have been watching it for a long time. I really wish that people like Eric Bischoff and Hogan and Dixie Carter and Vince Russo and Vince McMahon and Stephanie and everybody else that works behind the scenes for WWE and TNA, I wish they would understand and hear our cry for real wrestling again. I wish they would, because ROH does. ROH is hearing the real wrestling fans cry. They're hearing it. They've heard it for a while now. And they're delivering. They are truly delivering. I mean, after watching that Honor Takes Center Stage, I could watch 4 or 5 of those ROH pay-per-views like that any day of the week. Any day of the week. 4 or 5 of them simultaneously. Because that's how good the action is. It has you fiending for more. I enjoyed that so much. I can't wait till they come back to Atlanta. And I will surely go. I don't care where it is. It could be at Center Stage. It could be at Phillips Arena. Heck, it could even be at the Georgia Dome. I don't care. I will go. Seriously. So, all you other mainstream wrestling fans that only watch WWE and TNA, I'm telling you, man, you better open your ears and eyes, and realize, there's somebody, there's another wrestling company, that's coming for WWE and TNA. ROH they're the diamond in the dirt that hadn't been found. But when they finally do get discovered, it's a wrap. Just put the circles in a wagon and call it a day. For real. Believe me. Like, I'm not even playing right now. Like, believe me. But anyway, speaking of WWE, I want to talk about Wrestlemania, the granddaddy of them all, the showcase of the immortals, and all that other bourgeois. Okay, WrestleMania Sunday, or last night, I should say. WrestleMania, I don't know, man. I don't know. It just it just seems to me, that being that this is WrestleMania and being that this is the WWE's biggest event of every year, you would think that, even though they might not be, the best wrestling company, notice I said wrestling, not entertainment, wrestling company, you would think for just one night, that they would put all of the gimmicks, well, not the gimmicks, but if you think they would put away for one night all of the shenanigans and all of the nonsense, they would all just sweep that away for one night and actually put on good quality wrestling matches. Not entertaining matches, but wrestling matches. For one night, WWE, just for one solid night. Just for the sake of the true, real wrestling fans. Now I know this PG 13 and under audience that you have now, I know they don't know diddly squat about that. They just want to be entertained and they just want to get the bang for their buck, so to speak. Okay? And the real wrestling fans, we want to as well. But we want to get it more so in the course of the action. Not of all this talking and, doing all these animated cartoonish type stuff. We want to get our money's worth in the ring through the action. We want to see some creative, innovative stuff that we haven't seen before. We want to see wrestlers evolve instead of being redundant like most of them are. And you would think at WrestleMania they would consider that, but no. This is a new age and a new era, and we're living in the era as far as professional wrestling goes where it's all about entertaining now. The pro wrestling, that's a little bit too straining. That's a little bit too risky. Just because guys get injured and people have died, doing actual wrestling moves. Well, you know what? Those kids knew, whoever had the nerve and was stupid enough to do what they saw on TV at their house. They knew what they were getting themselves into. They knew that if they tried that stuff at home, they knew they were going to get injured or be dead. One of the two. They knew that. They knew it. They knew it. But, you know, that's how the young generation was back then. That's how the youth were. They were defiant. They're rebellious. And they were bold. And we are like that now, but I mean, like, at least now, most of us in our generation of the youth have grown up now. Like me, I'm 22 years old. Gonna be 23 in a couple of months. You know, others like me, we know that. We know that we shouldn't try that stuff at home. So you think because you hear about a couple of kids killing themselves doing actual wrestling moves at home, that you're gonna stop the wrestling? That you're gonna take out, the one thing that really makes pro wrestling what it is, and that is the pure wrestling action. You're gonna take that out just over of what a few people have told you. So you gotta come in here and do all this shenanigans and all of these cartoon-like segments and all of this. I don't understand. I mean, it's good to do that, but let's have some good wrestling action to go along with that. Don't let it just be all shenanigans and all animated stuff and no wrestling. Let it be that and the wrestling too. For one night. One night is all we ask. One night. Let's have some good old-fashioned pure wrestling. But no. That's an uphill battle for y'all. Y'all can't do that. Most of those matches last night stunk. Okay? And I know I'm about to not have enough time to discuss this, so I'll continue this in another video I'm going to do after this. But, I mean, a prime example. First match, Alberto Del Rio and Edge, the world title match. Come on. That's the world title. Supposed to be the top title in professional wrestling. You don't have that during being the first match of the pay-per-view. You save that to the very end. That's the main title of your wrestling organization. That's stupid. But then again, that's WWE's attitude. That's what I'm talking about. Taking out the wrestling. Now, if you all were still the same wrestling company that you were 5, 6 something years ago, you would have had the world title match at the very end. Close to it, minus the WWE Championship, but you would have had the world title match close to the very end. That's how it's supposed to be. But no, y'all don't want to follow tradition. Y'all want to do your own thing. I mean, which is fine, but the way that, but y'all perception of doing your own thing is terrible. It really is. And then you have just one more other match that I want to get to. You have this 6-person intergender tag team match with a girl who's not even really a wrestler, who's just bona fide drunken party girl from New Jersey that does reality TV. And now y'all say we're gonna let her put on some wrestling tights and some wrestling boots and get in the ring and wrestle. Come on now. I mean, really, what did Snooki do last night? What did she do? Besides hit a couple of big splashes and pin somebody. What did she really do? Nothing. Nothing. But that's what WWE has gotten to. But anyway, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to do another video about this, expressing more thoughts about WrestleMania. So everybody, just stay tuned.